my name is Jean. I'm with SCARCE. This is Katie. And today we would like to share with you one of our favorite demonstrations that really helps explain energy conservation. You know, it's so important to use as little energy as possible because it creates less pollution, you do not have as much of a carbon footprint, saves you money, and it also helps with the quality of different natural resources. Are you ready to learn a little bit about it? Let's get started. So here's Katie. She's going to be the human energy producer. That's right, energy producer. I don't know if you can see, but we are not plugged in whatsoever to the electrical outlet. Katie is going to provide the energy we need to create the electricity we need to light the various light bulbs. This is how it works. As she pedals, the wheels are going to turn. As the wheels turn, the one in the back is connected to a generator. Katie, can you point to the generator? Perfect. What the inside of the generator looks like is this. It's copper wires and magnets. So as this spins, the generator's creating the electricity that we need to light the different light bulbs. Makes sense, doesn't it? And it's a lot of fun. Get ready. So let me explain the light bulbs quickly. We have incandescent ones. These are kind of like the old-fashioned light bulbs. We have CFLs, compact fluorescent lights. Sometimes people say lamps, lights, same thing. We also have LEDs. LED stands for light emitting diode. As you can see inside these bulbs, it's like a bunch of little dots or a bunch of little bulbs. They all light together to create one light source. So we're going to have Katie produce the energy to light the various bulbs. I also want you to pay attention while Katie is pedaling and providing the power that spins the generator. I also would like you to watch the different gauges here to see how much energy she really has to put out to light the bulbs. Are you ready to start, Katie?
Yes.
All right. We are going to start with incandescent bulbs first. Okay, so why don't you start to pedal, Katie? Now keep going. She's going to pedal how much? She wants to get to about 12 volts, and she is perfect right now. So as I switch the various switches here, we're going to go one by one and see if she can produce the power we need to light the bulb. Here we go, one. Oh, wow. Did you see how much power she needed to exert? A little more. Her legs changed. Her feet changed. Should we try two, Katie?
Yep.
Wow. So what are you feeling? Is it okay? Can you tell the difference?
It's pretty hard.
It's pretty hard. Are you watching the bulbs? Wow. Needle is buried over here, and she's got two lit. We got to go for three. Here we go. Wow. Did you see how her legs move? She's got to put out a lot more energy. Come on, come on, come on. Nice. Should we try four, Katie?
Yep.
All righty. Oh, man. It's not lit very much, is it? No. How are you feeling, Katie? Are you getting tired?
Pretty tired.
Pretty tired. Okay, so keep pedaling. I'm going to turn off the switches. One bulb at a time, and there's her one. Okay, you can take a break. Can you imagine, Katie, if you would have to be at home pedaling this to create the amount of energy we need to make the electricity to light these bulbs to read a book?
That would be crazy hard.
I don't know if you'd be able to do it.
I
Maybe.
wouldn't.
No. And you're pretty strong, too. Okay, so next bulbs we're going to move to are the CFLs. Now, just for kicks, Katie, do you think it's going to be easier or harder?
I think it's going to be easier.
You think so? All right, well, let's see if you're right. So go ahead and start to pedal. Nice and easy. We're going to keep it at 12 volts. Perfect, perfect. So here I go. I'm going to flip the switches. Oh, not too bad. I don't see much of a difference in the energy she's putting out, or her legs aren't changing too much. All right, we got to do four. See if you can keep them at the same illumination. Pretty good. Pretty good. We've got some amps going. She's got the bulbs. Not too bad. So it's at about 2.5. It's a little over 2 amps there. Nice. All right, so keep pedaling. I'm going to switch these off. 2, 3, 4. Nice. So, easier or harder?
Easier.
Easier. So you can feel it. I'm hoping you could see how it was easier for her. And let's talk a little bit about CFLs. Now, what is the deal with CFLs is more efficient. So when we say easier, it's more efficient, right? You don't have to put as much energy out to light the bulbs. Would you say that's correct?
Yep.
Awesome. CFLs usually use about 25% of the amount of energy that's needed to light your incandescent bulbs. So that's a big savings. That's a big difference. Much more efficient. What do you think? Are you ready to try the LEDs?
Yep.
All right. Easier or harder?
I think easier.
Easier than both of these?
Yeah.
All right, let's give it a try. So go ahead and pedal. Awesome. You're up there. And everybody watch. Wow, stop. Can you do that again? One and done. We got to do that one more time. I really want to make sure you got this. Go ahead, Katie. Wow, one rotation, one and done. LEDs, so much more efficient. Did you see the amount of energy she needed? Barely any. One rotation. Now the cool thing about LEDs, they come in various different temperatures or colors, for example. And feel free to visit your local businesses. They can help you out with all these different colors and types of bulbs. They're very, very handy and very, very informed. There's even special bulbs that you can use outside that will not interfere with the migration of wildlife. Yeah, we have to be careful of our wildlife friends. And actually that's about 2,700 kelvins. Visit your businesses and they will help you out with that. What do you think, Katie? Which ones would you have in your house if you were going to do that, or where you live?
The LEDs.
The LEDs, much more efficient. Okay, so just to make sure everybody understands that, I'm going to have another volunteer come up and ride the bike. Thank you so much. This is Zack. Come on over, Zack, and join us. Thank you. Just another crack at this to make sure everybody understands the differences between the bulbs, the amount of energy that's needed, and also to further explain the gauges on our demonstration panel. So Zack's going to do the same thing Katie did. He's going to create the amount of energy needed to turn the pedals, which then spins the wheel. And as the wheel spins, it causes the generator to turn, and the generator creates the amount of electricity we need to light the various bulbs. Pay attention to the gauges as we go along this time as well again. So the volts actually measure the amount of pressure, electrical pressure that goes through the circuit, while the amps show the actual amount of electrical charge. So there you go, big difference. Are you ready, Zack?
Yeah.
Before you start, let me unplug this. Okay, so you're going to start to pedal. Keep it at the 12 volts. Let's keep the pressure the same. I'm going to flip a switch. Wow, did you see his legs? Just like when Katie tried. So to light one bulb, it's about 3 amps, I would say. Wouldn't you think? Pretty good. 3 amps are required to light one incandescent bulb. Okay, I'm going to turn this off, and you can take a break. Thank you. Something about the incandescent. Wow, that's hot. And it was only on for a few seconds. Wouldn't you say that, Zack? Yeah. That's the deal with incandescent bulbs. That's why they burn out so quickly, if you haven't noticed. What happens is when the electricity goes through, it makes this little strip of metal glow, which creates the light. Well, the metal, as it glows, it gets hot. It's due to the heat. So that heat is contained in this little bulb portion. That's why they burn out so quickly. Can't handle the heat for a very long time. Makes sense, right? Also, when these burn out, unfortunately, they have to be thrown in the trash. So that's what you do with the incandescent bulbs. Okay, Zack, we're going to see the difference. Let's watch how many amps are needed to light the CFLs. So go ahead and start to pedal. Let's keep the pressure the same, the volts the same at about 12. Take it easy a little bit. There you go, perfect. I'm going to flip the switches. Let's see how many amps are needed to light. I'm going to keep going. He's doing a great job. So that's 2 CFLs. We're a little over 1. Keep going. 3. Let's try all 4. Pump it out. See if we can get them at the same brightness. Same bright. Oh, about 2.5. About 2.5. It's a little over 2, isn't it, Zack? It's a little under 3, right? To produce the amount of energy here. Alrighty, nice job. So I'm going to turn these off, right? You did it. You let them. So, about 2.5 amps were required to light all 4 of these CFLs versus the 3 amps to light just 1 incandescent. More efficient. Now when CFLs burn out, and by the way, sometimes they do get a little warm, usually not as hot as the incandescent. When they burn out, they need to be disposed of properly because there's vaporized mercury in them. That's right, vaporized mercury. So they need to be put in individual Ziploc bags and be brought to a hazardous waste collection site and or perhaps a local business or a hardware store might take them in your area. Our site in DuPage County happened to be located in Naperville, so that's where I could take them. But check your community website, see where they are taken, and please dispose of them properly. Be careful with that and make sure they're in a Ziploc bag. Okay, so that's the CFLs. They last a little longer than the incandescent, a little bit. All right, they're more efficient, as you can see from the gauges and from Zack. Okay, Zack, next one, my favorite, LEDs. Go ahead and start the pedal, Zack. Let's keep the pressure the same, the volts the same at about 12 if you can. Pretty good. I'm going to plug it in. Wow, not even, oh my goodness, not even 1 amp is required to light all 4 of the LEDs. And it looks like it's pretty smooth sailing there. Not that much energy is required by you, is it? No. We can see here and by the amp gauge. Okay, I'm going to unplug. Perfect, thank you. You can take a little bit of a break there. So the LEDs, wow, much easier to light. They're not hot at all. Not like these. When they do burn out, which is going to be a while because they last years and years, tons of hours these last. When they do burn out, they're working on right now being able to recycle these, just like some other electrical items are able to be recycled. Not yet, but we're working on it. So by the time yours probably burn out, we'll be able to recycle them. That's a much better way to dispose of them, much more environmentally friendly than having to throw them in the trash, wouldn't you say? There's no negative to the LED bulbs. Okay, you can sit there, Zack, or you can go ahead and take a break. I appreciate so much your help. Thank you so much. Let's review the importance of conserving energy, saving energy. Saves money. Sure, your electrical bills are going to be cheaper when you conserve energy. A great way to conserve energy is to use bulbs like the LEDs. They're going to use less energy and you don't have to purchase them as much, so you don't have to put the money out that way either. Wow. When you conserve energy, you are also reducing your carbon footprint. Less greenhouse gases are being emitted into the atmosphere. Not to mention, less pollution is created or being emitted into the atmosphere or the environment. That's so important for wildlife, for us, for the plants, for everything having to do with the environment. Another reason, we're protecting and conserving natural resources. When you save energy, that's what you're doing. Did you know the -- way we use water in the United States is to produce electricity? So if we require less energy, if we require less electricity, we're conserving the water as well as protecting its quality. If you have any further questions or if you would like any more tips that can help you out with conserving energy and natural resources, feel free to visit our website at scarce.org. You can even give us a call. And there's also an awesome initiative on the DuPage County, Illinois website. It's called the Cool DuPage Initiative. That will help you as well. Thank you so much for caring about the environment, for joining us today, and take care. Here's a list of helpful websites for any of your questions. Remember, you can always visit us at scarce.org or even give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for taking care of the environment.